everybody, and welcome to Pre-K Discovery with Miss Barb. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to get started. So let's start with our calendar. Who remembers what month it is? Well, it's still November. November, November, November. And it's still 2020, and it's going to be 2020 for another month because November is the 11th month of the year. So what day of the week is it? Well, if you're watching Pre-K Discovery with Miss Barb, it's probably Tuesday. And how do I know it's Tuesday? Because I know the song that tells us the days of the week. And it goes like this. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Well, there's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Well, that means today is Tuesday, the 24th. And what's so exciting about this week is that in 2 more days, it's Thanksgiving. I don't know what you get to do with your family, but I get to eat turkey and mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes and stuffing and pumpkin pie, which is my absolute favorite. So that is my plans for Thanksgiving. It's a little bit smaller this year, not the usual number of people, because Miss Barb's brother lives out of state and he's not going to be able to come home. But we're going to do a Zoom call, and then he'll be with us. So I hope that you guys get to spend Thanksgiving with your families, no matter how you get to do it. So let's move on. We're done with our calendar, and I want to talk about our nocturnal animals. And we've been talking about nocturnal animals all of November. Do you remember what nocturnal means? It means that they are animals that are active at night. So nocturnal means active at night. All right, so we've talked about raccoons, we talked about koalas, and we talked about, what was our other animal? Miss Barb can't remember, but I'll remember it. So we're going to move on to our new animal of the week. And it's not really an animal, and it's not an insect. So what could it be? Well, it is a tarantula. And a tarantula is a spider. And spiders are not insects, they're arachnids. And T is for tarantula, Tarantula, tarantula. And a lot of people don't really like spiders, but they're not really as bad as you think they are. So we're going to read a story about tarantulas. And then we're going to make a craft that I think you can do at home, because I'm pretty sure you can find all the things that you need to do that in your house, okay? And I'm going to give you some more facts about tarantulas and spiders. So our book today is called Tricky Tarantulas. Tricky Tarantulas. It's not really a storybook. And you would find this book in the nonfiction part of our library, which we keep all the J-Fic books, we call them. And it's called Tricky Tarantulas. So let's see what we can learn about tarantulas today. Tarantulas are unusual pets. Did you know people keep tarantulas as pets? It says unusual pets can be interesting and fun, and unusual pets might eat unusual food. They might have special care needs, and it's good to learn about your new friend before bringing it home. There are special laws for unusual pets, and make sure the kind of pet you have is allowed in your city and your state. So tarantulas are arachnids, and the adult size is 1 to 3 ounces, and a life expectancy is 6 to 14 years. And their natural habitat, they live in burrows and tree trunks and on the ground. Tarantulas. It says, and it also has a story inside this book. So it's a story within a book. It says, Ethan's pet tarantula likes to stay in her tank. And if Ethan wants to take her out, he has to be very careful. So there he is holding her very carefully. It says tarantulas want a place to hide, and Sadie's tarantula crawls into a log, so maybe you need a log in your cage. It says tarantulas eat small insects, and crickets are their favorite. Yum! It says Rob looks closely at his tarantula, and the hairs of the tarantula sense odors, touches, and temperatures. Could you imagine if you could just tell what the temperature was by your hair? So here is the tarantula story that is inside of our book. It says, Jackson Lee has a pet. He's like any other, and he keeps him in his room so he doesn't scare his mother. Jackson's pet is a tarantula. That's a kind of spider. His mom screams loud when he sits beside her. Maybe she's like Little Miss Muffet. It says he's big and black and fuzzy, and he stays awake at night. He climbs out of his tank when Jackson's sleeping tight. Houdini is the perfect name. He always gets away, but most often in the dark and sometimes, in the day. It says when the spider disappears, Jackson's fairly certain he can look up and find Houdini on the curtain. One day, Jackson looked around, but he just can't find Houdini when he hears a scream from his little sister, Jeannie. He hurries to her side. He sees the spider on the floor. Houdini has been sitting beside her dollhouse door. Jackson picks Houdini up and puts him in his home. Jackson makes Houdini safe, so now he cannot roam. So, that's our story within our book. So some fun facts about tarantulas. Tarantula bites hurt, but they are not deadly to people. And it says young tarantulas, they shed their skin in order to grow. There are more than 800 kinds of tarantulas. And tarantulas get their name from a town of Taranto in Italy. And some wild tarantulas spin webs that look like hammocks. You guys know what a hammock is, right? So that is our book, Tricky Tarantulas. I hope you guys come and check out some books about other kinds of spiders in the library because they're pretty cool. So give Miss Barb a moment, and she's going to set up, and then we are going to make a tarantula spider craft, okay? All right, I'll be right back. So before we start our craft, Miss Barb has been talking about quick words. Remember we had the bunny and the quick words, and I created a different way to do it for you so that it'll be easier. I made this flip chart. So our new word for today is an, A-N, an. Everybody say an, an. So if I take the word and I add the letter F to it, it becomes fan, fan. What happens if I add the letter C to it? Then it becomes can, can. I'm going to change it again. I'm going to add the word R, and now it's become ran, ran. I'm going to change it again, and I'm going to make it man, man. I add the letter M to it. If I add the letter V to it, it becomes the word van, van. And one more, I add the letter P to it, and it becomes pan, pan. So those are our quick words for this week. Then we'll do them again next week, and we're going to learn all these words. All right, so we read the book, Tricky Tarantulas, which I said was in the nonfiction section of the library. So I'm going to put that right here so that we can look at the book. And remember that tarantulas are nocturnal. So what we're going to talk about right now are spider webs. Spider webs. And we're going to make a spider web, and we're going to use some yarn. And Miss Barb found this really cool branch in her yard because it was really windy last week, and there's a lot of branches in her yard. So that's why I brought this in, because this is where a spider would make a web. So we're going to use that, because I told you that I like to use things that you can find at your house. All right. So we said that tarantulas live a very long time. Did you know that female tarantulas can live 30 years or longer in the wild. It's crazy long. All right, so spider webs. So you're gonna need a branch, and I found this one. It's a pretty sturdy branch, I might add. And I have some yarn that was laying around in the library, and I'm sure you have some string of some sort of home. It doesn't matter. String, yarn, twine, whatever you find. Just go looking around, ask mom or dad if you could use it. You're going to unfurl a whole bunch of it off of here, and we're going to make our spider web. Now, spider webs are important because spiders use them to attract their prey. And the prey is what they're going to eat, okay? So it says spider webs don't intercept the fly. So you see the fly, he's flying along. He doesn't fly into it. He's attracted to it, which means he's like, whoa, what is that over there? I'm going to go over there and hang out. So, but that's not usually a good choice for the fly. So it says spider webs are shiny for a reason. And what do you think that reason might be? Probably to make them more attractive. Wouldn't you like to go see something that's shiny? I know I would. So I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to tie it onto here, right here. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it around this twig. And I'm going to wrap it around this twig. And then I'm going to wrap it around. I should start lower, huh? That'd probably be a good idea. Let me start down here so I can work my way up. It'll be easier. So let's move this down. All right, so I'm going to wrap it around this one. And then I'm going to wrap it around here, and wrap it around here. And I'm going to come back. I might have to intertwine this. So, like this. Come around this one. You can do it any way you want. Just go crazy with it, okay? I'm going to wrap it around here and maybe around here. Oh, I'm going to make it really cool so that I can attract some insects. Because if I was a spider and I had to eat bugs, I would want them to come and get caught in my web. So I'm going to wrap it all around here. You can do whatever you want with it and wrap it around there until you have it all wrapped around. And now I have a tangle, huh? And I'm going to wrap some more around. Maybe I'll spin it like this. That's a good idea, huh? Because like a spider spins his web, Miss Barb is going to spin hers all around the branch that she brought for her yard. And it's got a spine tangle in it. I got to take it out. There we go. Got it. And then I'm going to show it to you. So there is my spider web in my branch. And I'll tie it on the bottom. So I'm going to wrap it around there so you can see it. All right, so there. We made a spider web. And all I had to do was use two things, one that I found in my yard and one that I found laying around the library. So I created my own spider web just like this. So what else do we know about spider webs? Well, it says they're shiny, they attract the insects. It says spiders are sneaky. It says decorations come with a risk. While they might attract more insects, they're also visible to predators who may threaten the spiders. So if a predator sees a spider web, he's going to know there's a spider there. So it says that sometimes you see old exoskeletons and egg sacs hanging in it. In that case, the spider left those as camouflage. And it says spiders think big. It says overall web size is carefully set. It says most insects caught by spiders are small, and a larger web increases the odds of catching more flies. So they're hungry, they got to catch more flies. And it also says that spiders replace their web often every single day. Could you imagine building a spider web every single day? And then, you know what, having a human like us come and knock it down because they walked through it and it got all stuck in their hair. I don't know if you've ever had that happen, but it does. So there, I'm going to wrap some more around it because I want to make it look really, really complicated. There we go. All right, so there's my spider web. So you know what my spider web needs? Well, it needs a spider, don't you think? It looks like it needs a spider. So One way that you can make a spider at home is Miss Barb was making breakfast this morning, and she found this egg carton, and she ate the last egg, and she thought, I can't just throw that away, because I can take it to the library and I can make something out of it. So I could make a spider out of it. Like I could cut it like this. And get some help if you need grown-up help to cut it, because they're not easy. This one is a cardboard one. Some of them are foam. And then, there we go. So trim it around. And let's see. So this would be his body. And what else could we use? What else could we use on our spider to make it look like a spider for in our web? What do you have at your house? Let's see. What does Miss Barb have in her box? Well, she has, let's see. Okay. I happen to have some pipe cleaner. Perfect. So what do you think I'm going to use this for? His legs. So I'm going to cut this in half. Because you know how many legs a spider has? Well, a spider has 8 legs. Insects only have 6, but spiders have 8 because they are, and what was that word Miss Barb told you again? Arachnids. I'm going to poke a hole in each side so that I can stick my legs in there. I'm going to slide these through. And carefully, there we go. There's one side. And I'm going to slide on the other side. So what else could you make a spider out of at home? What do you have at your house that you could use? Let's see. I found this egg carton. I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of things you have. Could you use like an old styrofoam ball? What if you found that at your house? What if you went out in your yard? What do you have out there? What about one of these? A pine cone. I bet you could make a spider out of a pine cone, couldn't you? So I'm going to put my legs. I got to put one more because how many legs did Miss Barb say they have? 8. 8 legs. So let me get that in there. I can't get it to go in there. I can do it. There we go. Oh, there we go. So now my spider has 8 legs, 4 on each side. So I'm going to bend those. Bend them in all different directions. Look at that. Do that on this side, that on this side, and you know what he's missing? Eyes. Spiders have a lot of eyes. So I don't have enough googly eyes to make it, so I'm going to use a Sharpie, and I'm going to draw some eyes on here. So let me see. Let me draw a whole bunch. They have a whole bunch of eyes so they can see all around them. I think they're different sizes too. Look at that. So there's my spider's eyes. Ooh. And let's put him in my web. Let's see, where would he like to live at in Miss Barb's web? Let's see. I think we're going to put him right in here. Hook his leg over the webbing, and there is my spider in a spider web. And you know what? I recycled everything on here. I didn't have to buy anything. I found the stick outside. I had some yarn. I had recycled the egg crate. And I had some pipe clean. Whoops, he fell off. Maybe he doesn't like my web. But anyway, so let's see. One more fact about tarantula. Oh, I like this one. Tarantulas defend themselves by throwing needle-like barbed hairs at their attackers. If a tarantula feels threatened, it uses its hind leg to scrape barbed hairs from its abdomen, and he flings them in the direction of a threat. It says you'll know if they hit you because they'll cause a nasty, irritating rash. Some people often suffer an allergic reaction, and the tarantulas pay a price because he'll have a bald spot on his belly. So those are our tarantula facts of the week. And this is our last nocturnal animal for the month of November. So I hope you liked it. And I'm going to let you guys go, and we're going to sing the goodbye song. Ready? Goodbye, goodbye, see you soon, but not until we sing this tune. We must part and we must go, but I'll be back to say hello. So I'm going to say, see you later, alligator, and after wow, crocodile. And you guys come back again, and we'll see what December's topic is, okay? Goodbye, everybody.